front 26-7 where it matters. Of course, the heavyweight bout still in front of us as Ming and Catka are set to collide. Here's a look at the numbers to this point, career-wise for Peter Ming, and of course, you know, the ranking and the expectations that surround Hunter Catka.
Yeah, I'm sure the Hokies want to see Catka end on the same theme they've been working on all day, which is get out there and score a lot of points and focus the entire time. And, you know, they've had a great showing here today. You know, they've got a big lead on the scoreboard right now, but they've had to win some tough matches and figure out how to win some matches. And Stanford's been in their face the entire dual meet. So it's not as lopsided as it looks. You know, Stanford's showed up to get after it, but the Hokies have just been figuring things out.
They really have, and answered the bell today. I asked you a moment ago, what do you think the headlines are? Well, that aggressive call from the Hokies coaching staff and the will to finish, something that also has been the challenge laid out in front of Catka as he goes to work here, to just find a way to win. That's a bell that has been answered by Virginia Tech on this day. And here is our final match of the day as Catka locks things up with Ming here.
You know, on a single leg, comes to his feet. Oh, he's going for the head. Look for cradle right away. Now, got to be finishing these in the middle of the mat. Single up, does a great job right there finishing it.
3 quickly, and boy, how often have we seen that in these matches today? A quick 3 for Virginia Tech as the takedown for Catka sets the tone again.
Yes, the Hokies have been coming out and getting that first takedown quite a bit, which is what you want to see, and I know Coach Roby wanted to see that.
Well, and what could be a greater evidence of the aggression that he's wanting from his team than that type of start, and Catka provides it once more here. So Virginia Tech with an early advantage here in the heavyweight bout. Catka, who finished first at the Keystone Classic, one of the highlight moments of his season thus far. Racking up 56 in 4 bouts en route to the heavyweight title on that occasion. Trying to cap the day and put the exclamation point on this one for Virginia Tech. Up 3-0 and working from top here.
Caution on Catka.
Sent his direction here. Just a couple of those we've seen along the way today. Obviously Katka's direction. So a weight class that you'll see Mullen weigh in along the way this year. Will wrestle here some. Another youngster with a bright future for Virginia Tech. It is Catka today. And here's another, Daryl.
Yeah, and this is, you know, Ming, this is a senior for Stanford, so I'm sure they're wanting to see their senior go out there and represent himself. And, you know, we talked about how both of these teams, and I know Coach Roby talked about still trying to figure out who's going to start in their lineup. And they've shown tonight that they got some depth in that room. You know, they've got some weight classes that are up in the air, and every guy battling for are very tough wrestlers.
Well, and just beginning to extend those expectations. You know, he talked about how much of the time has gone into, you said it, the administrative piece of it to this point, but it's going to be more and more on the mat, more and more with this team, which is where his heart is, where his passion is. And no reason to believe you won't see the type of impact that the 4-time Ivy League Coach of the Year had at Princeton once things are completely in place for a Stanford squad having already bought in. How about this? Catka all the way to the extent of it, and now they work out.
Tried to get the suck back there. Almost had it, but Ming did a good job of driving off the mat.
I mentioned Mullen because in referencing Katka's work at the Keystone Classic, closest bout he had when he was in command there for the heavyweight title on that occasion was against his teammate. And another that along the way this year, Hokies fans will see in this weight class. And there is
good lift and return there.
The force that Catka can provide. Inside a minute to go in the opening period. Early takedown, the difference in favor of Catka, the 20th ranked heavyweight.
He's got well over a minute riding time. Going for that near wrist breakdown, not trying to tilt.
He's He's got well over 2 minutes when it comes to riding time now. So
Yeah.
trying to lock that up regardless of what happens the rest of the way in many ways. 15 seconds left in this opening period. Will anything else be there for the taking?
Looking for a little tilt action.
Now you got one. That brief count, and now 3 seconds remaining in the period. Trying for a double of the score. Won't happen here.
Yep, Ming almost gets out there at the end of the period, but Catka did a good job staying stingy.
Well, here is the difference-making moment from that first period.
Yeah, had the single leg up in the air in the middle of the mat. Just does a good job of keeping his wits about him and finishing, getting the 3 points.
Locked up again. Ming and Catka capping the day inside Castle Coliseum. It's been an effective day for both teams to learn much about their rosters. Certainly for a Hokies team returning to dual action here.
There's Ming in on a single leg. Now he's got up to his feet. Katka's doing a good job, though, keeping the weight on that toe and sprawling back. Countered his own leg attack with a takedown.
Being able to work away, but ever so slightly, as Catka will double his total. 1 takedown in each of the first 2 periods for a 6-0 advantage. And it's at the 2:37 counting on the riding time as well. Think about those 7 as it sits right now. A day that has been marked by major decisions for Virginia Tech, and Catka with eye toward another. Long way to go here, though.
Yeah, and you know, even though he's got this 6-point lead with riding time, the coaches want to see him keep scoring those points. You know, he was trying to get some tilts that last period. Maybe he could score from the top position. If not, let Ming out just like that and get some more takedowns. Keep working on that attitude, that scoring attitude that they want to see.
Talked about the aggressive nature of Virginia Tech's approach overall today. Bonus points they've secured. Certainly another positive that the Hokies will take forward from this Sunday. And will Catka provide more of that inside the final half minute of period number 2? Ming looking for something in an effort to turn the tables here.
Yeah, this is a great time to score a takedown for either wrestler. Right at the end of the period, it can you get unanswered takedown where it's hard to have enough time to get that escape, and it could really blow the match open for Catka, and it could get Ming right back in if he gets it.
1 win on the year for Ming, opposite 3 on the other side of the record, and 7 and 4 under Catka. Out front 6-1 here as Ming does notch the late point. Well, we referenced that stretch that Virginia Tech has coming up, the trip out to the Midwest, and then, of course, heading to the Empire State. And you peek ahead just a bit beyond that, Darryl. North Carolina and Virginia as conference play is right on the horizon.
Yeah, rivalries there. Yeah, they got a good testing ground coming up where they can keep working on the things that Coach talked about him wanting to see tonight, and they've executed on tonight. And I'm sure they just want to see those things happen consistently, and this is great. That's a great schedule to work on those.
I know you watch it closely. What do you keep an eye on in the ACC this year as far as just kind of big picture conference-wise?
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of development to get these guys ready for the NCAA tournament.
Sure.
And make more noise at the NCAAs. And, you know, the ACC championships is always fun to follow. It's always a battle for the ACC title, so.
In an emerging conference, as we've talked about a couple of times today, and you're looking at the future of it in many ways with Stanford showing you that they're going to bring some tremendous pieces into the ACC in years to come.
Yeah, I think the Hokies came out in the top preseason ranked top 3, and now you've got NC State up there, I think, in second or third. So these guys, you know, they're making each other tougher and tougher, and it's showing. They're climbing those rankings and getting in the position where they could be talking about going for a national title one day or getting that trophy, at least top 4.
And the future even brighter with the Cardinal coming in and joining that exclusive group of ACC competitors. Just over a half minute remaining, 7-1, and of course the riding time locked up for Catka. What have you seen from his performance in this one?
Just steady performance. He's been, he's been scoring points, staying stingy on top. He's trying to get those tilts. That's big. If you could get a heavyweight where you're hitting some tilts and scoring points from the top position, that can go a long way. There's a nice counter. You want to see him with a good, strong finish here.
10 seconds with which to do so.
Ming's going to battle here and come out on top.
Being able to close the gap in the closing seconds, as it will be a victory in solid fashion for Catka, but only by a final count of 8-4. He gets simply the decision here thanks to the effort of Ming late. Virginia Tech takes the heavyweight bout. Virginia Tech takes the duel overall. Virginia Tech answers the challenge for aggression and wins on this memorable Sunday.
Definitely, yeah. I think they did a lot of the things Coach Roby wanted to see him do coming into this, and I think Stanford proved to be a